Top of the morning. Welcome to the Wake and Bake Lake Show. I'm your host, Eli. This is episode 23. Let's get into it. Of course, we got a Wake and Bake. Super good. A little bit of 702 headband left. All right, so let's get into some of these scores, then we're going to tap into the Lake Show. We had quite a few games last night. Let's start off with this Minnesota and Portland game. Minnesota beats Portland 124-121. Boston beat Phoenix 97-81. New Orleans beat Golden State 113-109. Milwaukee beat Miami 128-117. Charlotte beat Chicago 131-99. Cleveland beat New York 109-94. OKC knocks off Toronto 116-107. Dallas beat Brooklyn 123-114. Atlanta beat Washington 119-98. And Philly beats Indiana 135-114. All right, and for the Lake Show, we had the Orlando Magic last night. And they came ready to play. They was there the whole game. This game was pretty close. Came down to the last shot. Lakers had some questionable decision making in the last few seconds of the game. Throughout the game, AI ain't played his best. But check out some of these highlights and we'll get back into it.
That area to score, go ahead and take advantage of it. I mean, that shouldn't be a big adjustment for the Lakers to have to make.
First of two meetings, Magic and the Lakers will be in Orlando. They're looking for their 31st win of the season, and it would be their 13th on the road. Knocked around, Ben Carroll scores.
Oh, the Lakers are probably a fingernail away from the steal.
Doncic out by the logo. Now trying to get around, but can't. Wagner, but then he pushes into him and clears space. I need some real estate. 83 threes now overall for Hachimura. Underneath, boy, there is. He's at it again. Nobody's stopping that guy. Carter Jr. is just going right to the rim, and nobody's stopping him.
And he gets the layup.
All right. I was going to say, Reeves was looking to get it from LeBron. Another turnover. Chased down by Braun. Blocked by James. All the way back there. They're going to whip it around on a shovel pass out to Bane. He got bumped. Now we go the other way, 2-on-1. The lob. Oh! LeBron, throw it down. Wow. Bankero. Right over Doncic. Pablo Bankero. With 4, with 3. Kennard's going to have to shoot it one way or another. Oh, he's going to give it to Luka. That was literally at the buzzer.
Yeah, oh, wow. They may want to review that one.
Literally at the buzzer.
They can be in a foul situation.
Shot clock 2 seconds ahead of the game clock. Lakers are up by 1 for the lead. That's going to be short. Rebound, Magic. Underneath, Carter Jr. scores.
Second chance opportunity.
They've worked on that. LeBron has 5 to get it in. Luka with 5 seconds. Luka, LeBron for the win. And Orlando's going to sneak out of here.
Yeah, so we ended up taking that L last night. Luka had 22, 9, and 15. Brian had 21. AR only had 18. As I mentioned, he didn't score at all that whole first half. Unusual. Aiden had 21 and 13. They was going to him early. I think they should have kept going to him a little more later in the game. That last shot, that last possession, I feel like Luka should have threw that shit up. I mean, you shot from further away with more hands in your face. Throw that shit up. Throw that shit right up. I mean, Brian's not a bad person to pass to for the last shot, but we want you to take that shot, Luka.
What did you see on the last possession there coming out of the timeout?
I know I was open, but I just thought I was a little bit far. Tried to take one dribble closer. Probably shouldn't picked up the ball. Just try to attack.
Did you and LeBron have any communication about the final play after it was over? When you passed it to him, did you think he had a shot, or did you recognize that it was kind of be a tough opportunity?
I mean, I just saw him open. I didn't want to lose the ball, and we didn't have timeouts, But like I said, shouldn't have picked up the ball. I should have tagged. I thought I was getting a clean look, but that's on me.
What did you see on that final offensive possession?
I thought we had a good opportunity. Luka came off clean, and I think he, felt off balance. But we executed. We didn't get the shot that we wanted. We did execute it, and just didn't go down.
When you guys, like Jay just said, played the right way, we played together, we played hard enough to win. When you do that and then the results like this, what's the message that you guys say to one another, or do you look forward to the next game?
We lost.
But obviously it's the loss, but is it one that you can accept more because you're like, we did the things we were supposed to do?
No.
I felt like we had a decent shot, and I don't know if he thought Isaac was going to overhelp and he could hit LeBron there.
Pablo, he had 36, 10, and 6. And Wendell Carter Jr., he had 20 and 11. He played real big last night. I never really watched this game until last night. Like I told you, I don't really be paying attention to other players and shit. But he played big. Definitely feel like Luka should have took that last shot. And I mean, he owned up to it. He ain't put it on nobody else. He took accountability for it. 'Cause I mean, next game he probably gonna have 70. What we got next? I ain't even checked before we started. Whoever we got next, we getting a dub. Y'all seen what's happening in Mexico? They done killed one of the cartel bosses. They over there going crazy. If you're from the United States and you over there, I heard they having trouble getting back to the States.
Out of Mexico, the U.S. Embassy issuing a shelter-in-place order for Americans in areas around Mexico City and the resort town of Puerto Vallarta after the Mexican army says it killed a prominent cartel kingpin known as El Mencho. You're looking at some of the response, apparently, of the cartel members who have been torching vehicles and even airplanes in the Guadalajara area. Let's bring in Lucas Tomlinson from the White House. Lucas.
Well, good afternoon, John. So far, there's been no reaction from the White House about the series of ongoing gun battles that we are witnessing in Mexico after, as you mentioned, the drug kingpin and cartel leader El Mencho was killed by Mexican forces. We've heard from the Pentagon that the Joint Interagency Task Force Counter Cartel did assist Mexican forces, not likely with boots on the ground, John, but with intelligence sharing. But after El Mencho has been killed, we're seeing a series of warfare, frankly, going on across Mexico. In Puerto Vallarta, in Guadalajara, we saw images from the airport. And, of course, thousands of American tourists visit Mexico throughout the year, certainly during the winter months in the United States. And right now the State Department is warning all Americans in Mexico to shelter in place, particularly in Puerto Vallarta and the Guadalajara area.
I do not be fucking without the country because of shit just like that. But wait, other than that, it's episode 23. Until next time, love.